What's up, guys? Let's zoom in for a second. The Texas State Supreme Court just ruled that judges can now refuse to marry same sex couples. And let me be clear, in no way is that some religious freedom win. It's actually a direct violation of federal law. Obergefell v. Hodges has already decided this way back in 2015, and Texas basically said, cool story, we're fucking doing it anyways. And beyond being illegal, what about the judicial oath they swore? You know, the one every judge takes an oath to support the Constitution and the laws of the United States. They're literally breaking that oath in broad daylight. Meanwhile, the service members in this country, they sign up and literally lose portions of their First Amendment rights. They can't protest, can't take partisan stands, can't even voice political opinions in uniform. Still, they honor their oath. But in Texas, apparently, oaths are optional. Time to zoom out for a minute. You see, it's important to note that this timing, it's not random. In fact, on November 7th, in just a few days, the U.S. Supreme Court is meeting behind closed doors to decide whether or not to take up Obergefell v. Hodges again, the very case that made marriage equality federal law. Translation, they're about to decide whether certain marriages still count. And the road to this moment started with one person, Kim Davis. You know, the Kentucky clerk who refused to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples because of her faith. She's been married 4 times to 3 different men, but somehow she's the one guarding the sanctity of marriage. Like, sanctity left on husband number 2. Let's be real. And if you're not new to this page, you know this is not my first time talking about this. Last time, in fact, someone told me I was fear-mongering because we still have the RFMA, the Respect for Marriage Act. Okay, time to zoom back in. Here's what that law actually does and doesn't. You see, it only protects existing marriages. If Obergefell gets overturned, states could stop issuing new marriage licenses to same-sex couples tomorrow and would still be in accordance with federal law. And if the Supreme Court can overturn Obergefell, they can just as easily gut the Respect for Marriage Act. Why? Because it's built on the same legal foundation. And these aren't hypotheticals. They're rehearsals. Under the microscope, you've got judges in Texas violating the law. Under the macroscope, you have officials in our country testing how much equality it can erase before anyone notices. So no, it's not fear-mongering. It's reading the fucking writing on the wall. Hit subscribe, because we say what legacy media doesn't have the balls to.